It's sad to think
Let's go.
we're not gonna make it.
It's the Tony Draper podcast.
And it's
We
gotten to
back,
the point
formerly known as the
where we
Whatever
just can't
Podcast.
fake it.
DS News presents the Tony Draper podcast. Ah, we gonna have some fun and talk some shit. Tony Draper podcast. Ha, ha. Let's go. So the NBA season has come to a completion. And who is the NBA champs? The Milwaukee Bucks. No one expected this. No one put their money on the Bucks to win. Throughout the entire season, we all thought we were going to watch the Brooklyn Nets play rather the Los Angeles Lakers or the Los Angeles Clippers. And what happened? Injuries. It's part of the game, right? It's been part of the game. The last 2 or 3 seasons have been marred by injury. And you know who we can blame? COVID. For the last 2 seasons at least. The first season, the Golden State Warriors, they lost Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson in the NBA Finals. Inevitably, Kawhi, the fun guy, wins his first championship in the Eastern Conference. So, last year, the Lakers, on their way to the finals, everyone was hurt. And it was a bubble turning. This year, coming off of COVID for the second year, that season, schedule was all off. So we had to start a late season, compacted 72 games. It was a messy. LeBron cried all year long about the season. He started making more and more tweets during the playoffs when AD was hurt, Kyrie was hurt, Claw is hurt. Then, but who didn't get hurt? Giannis. He was injured. He was able to fight through it. This is his 8th year in the league. He won his first chip. This was one to remember. I know most people don't care because it was the Bucks or the Suns in the final. But it was a classic, one to be remembered. Chris Paul, after all that hate from his whole career, finally made it to the finals. He led Devin Booker and Ayton to the finals when last year they weren't. They were one of the worst teams in the league, let alone in the playoffs. And this man didn't get MVP. It was given to Nikola Jokic. No hate on that man. Giannis could have had his 3rd MVP in a row, but he did not receive it. So he didn't mind anyway. He wanted to see go to the finals and win a championship. So the story is no one thinks these two teams will have a back-to-back once everyone is healthy and have a full off-season to rest. Let's dissect that. On the West Coast, you have the Clippers coming back. You have the Lakers coming back. But the Lakers are having contract problems, issues. They need to trade Kuzma. They need another third big name, but there's no contract room. Kuzma is signed to a 40-year million deal for 2 more years, so the contract helps out. But who can we squeeze in there? DeMar DeRozan, Kemba Walker? Well, we'll have to see what happened in the offseason with the Lakers. With you still have Denver lurking, you still have Utah lurking. So it doesn't seem as the Spurs will ever is coming back anytime soon. Dallas is still on the come up. So the Suns, It's their window may have closed or may be just beginning. They can keep their young team together. Maybe Chris Paul stays and they could beat Utah and Denver once again. And maybe this it all depends on if the star players can stay healthy in the West. And that's Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I don't believe in them. I don't believe in them if they are healthy. You see what happened last year in the bubble, but we're not, you can use the bubble as an excuse or not. But they blew a 3-1 lead. The Clippers are cursed. Put it like that. So it's not probable that the Suns will end up in the finals again, but there is a chance. So with Giannis, the new king of the hill, he's definitely the king of the hill. We'll touch that later. He has a chance to beat Brooklyn again. J. Rue, with confidence, end of the season, the wear and tear of Kyrie, I'll take J. Rue any day. He's a bigger guard. He plays defense. He can score the ball. He might not give you the same 30 that Kyrie will, but it's possible. He can do it. Middleton, he's not the scorer Harden is, but he plays about the same, even defense, if not better. Harden is a horribly known defender, but he actually plays a little defense. But Middleton is the better defender on edge, by not just an edge, but easily. So Giannis and KD, those boys can cancel out. They both can go for 40. They both can go for 50, like Giannis just did to clinch the NBA championship. 50 on 25 points. He hit 17 free throws. So what can you guys say about this man now? But the point is, Giannis has a chance to repeat. We can't blame injuries. Injuries are part of the game. It happened the last 3 years. And going forward, will y'all please give Giannis his respect as the best player in the game? No, he can't shoot threes. Could Shaq shoot threes? No, he can't shoot free throws. Well, he just did to clinch the NBA Finals. We know he can do it in the clutch moment now. He can't hit 50 like KD. He just did in the NBA Finals. Those 2 back-to-back MVPs, 1 NBA championship, 1 final MVP. He's already halfway to Bron. He only needs 3 more rings and 2 more MVPs. I said that like it's so easy. There's so many players that doesn't even have one. Charles Barkley, only 1 MVP. So like Kobe Bryant. So to get another championship and another MVP, you can't take it as a grain of salt. It's an uphill battle. But if his career ended today, put Giannis in the top 10. He deserved it. In 8 years, he became one of the most improved players ever. He won Defensive Player of the Year. This man deserved it. It was a great story. Now, 3 of his brothers have an NBA championship.